With ABC News Radio, the government's just rolled out a new anti-family violence campaign. We'll get some reaction to that for you in the next half an hour, but 10 minutes of news coming up in a moment. But first, we get the chance to have a look at what's happening weather-wise in the capital city near you. Starting with Brisbane, which is pretty close to its forecast top of 30 degrees. Some showers around. 31 the top in Sydney today, and it's 27 so far. There might be a shower or storm later. Not the case in Canberra, just partly cloudy. 22 now and 27 to come. 21 the top in Melbourne, where it's 18 now and a few showers around. Dry in Hobart, though, 18 on the way to 22. It's partly cloudy, in fact. Mostly sunny in Adelaide, where 21 should go to 26 later in the day. 22 in Perth and a top of 30 forecast on a partly cloudy day. Monday in Darwin, 28 now, 32 to come and some showers and a possible storm to come as well. It's almost midday Eastern Daylight Time, so 11:30 in South Australia and 11 o'clock in Queensland. 10:30 in the Northern Territory, that is now 9 a.m. in Perth and the rest of WA.
With Rachel Hayter. Federal Treasurer Josh Frydenberg says the government will unveil further support within days for industries still struggling because of COVID-19. The JobKeeper wage subsidy is due to come to an end by the end of this month. But Mr Frydenberg has hinted the tourism and aviation industries will receive extra help after that date.
We're still finalising those details, but it's a matter of days. And these are important issues that we've been working on for some time. We've done an extensive amount of work.
Federal opposition leader Anthony Albanese says his call for Defence Minister Linda Reynolds to step down has nothing to do with her health. Senator Reynolds has come under increasing pressure over her handling of a rape allegation made by her former staffer Brittany Higgins. Senator Reynolds spent time in hospital last month for a pre-existing health condition and has just extended her medical leave by another 4 weeks. Mr Albanese says he was critical of Senator Reynolds' performance before she became unwell.
Let me count the ways in which her performance has not been up to scratch. And firstly, can I say that I have every sympathy, and I've been in contact with Linda Reynolds and she's responded about her health concerns. And that is not one of the factors.
The Victorian government will establish a dedicated task force to investigate and advise on how to better prevent and respond to workplace sexual harassment. The task force will be co-chaired by Parliamentary Secretary for Workplace Safety Bronwyn Halfpenny and experienced workplace injury lawyer Liberty Sanger. It will start its work immediately and report back with advice to the government before the end of the year. Acting Premier James Merlino says the task force's work will include consultation on a mandatory incident notification scheme.
That would mean that an employer would be required to report to WorkSafe any incident of workplace sexual harassment. This is a complex question, it's a significant question, and we're tasking this ministerial task force to do just that.
Female MPs from across the political spectrum are calling for an overhaul of sex education in New South Wales schools to include discussions around what it means to give consent. Greens MP Jenny Leong, Liberal MP Felicity Wilson and Labor's Marjorie O'Neill are backing a petition to trigger a debate in the Legislative Assembly on the need for age-appropriate consent education. Ms Leong says International Women's Day is the perfect day to start the conversation.
There needs to be better and earlier education about issues of consent, issues of respect, a holistic approach to education around sexual assault and sexual violence that is provided within our school system and within the curriculum.
The Northern Territory Minister for Education and Women says giving emergency sanitary products to young female students is long overdue. The government has announced a $40,000 pilot program for public schools to apply for funding for products such as pads and tampons. Lauren Moss says some schools are funding emergency supplies from their budgets because some families can't afford them.
This just really takes the pressure off for those families right across the Northern Territory. And really, I just think it's about time. I don't think it's a particularly big thing to do. I think it's just one of those things that should have been done a long time ago.
The negligent handling of dynamite is being blamed for huge explosions in the Central African country of Equatorial Guinea that have injured more than 600 people and killed at least 20. Local media is reporting the health system has been overwhelmed by the disaster, broadcasting images of bleeding people lying on the floor of a crowded hospital. The country's Foreign Minister, Simeon Oyono Esono Angwe, says the blast from the military barracks has damaged nearly every building in the city of Bata.
I'm asking from Your Excellency's assistance from friend brother countries, international organisations for helping the Republic of Equatorial Guinea in this lamentable situation we have. We already have the health emergency and adding to that this tragedy in the city.
Recapping our top story, the Federal Treasurer Josh Frydenberg says the government will unveil further support within days for industries still struggling because of coronavirus. This is ABC News.